there are some in the crack. My hair is like but yeah. Hi, welcome to Fiber Love Diary. I'm Trish if we haven't met, and if we have met, welcome back. How are you? We're great. We have been, I don't know, kind of wild times lately. I've been dying pretty big amounts in the dungeon, dreaming about buying a place for studio slash classes, which I cannot afford. It isn't gonna happen, so don't get excited, but I am still dreaming of it. That is like close to the dungeon, actually, weirdly, but it's for sale right now. Again, I can't afford it. I did mention last week that I was going to make some bats. I've been kind of feeling the itch lately to do that, and I have a whole section of my shelving to the side of me that holds what I consider materials to make bats and roll eggs. This is all different colors of comb top. It's mostly merino, but there is some Corriedale, there's some BFL, and I think there's some Romney as well. I try to buy different reeds when I can. I'm just gonna film it because some people find it really relaxing to watch and really fun to watch, and I do feel like it is one of those ones that you can just watch over and over because it's magic. I get asked this sometimes, for people want me to do it like in real time and explain why I put certain things in and where, why do I put them in that location? Well, I didn't really understand why I couldn't explain that, because there are reasons why I do everything I do. But I watched this TikTok that have the difference between a conscious artist and an intuitive artist, and I realized that's why I can't explain it, and that's actually one of the characteristics of an intuitive artist. They can't really explain a lot of times how to do things or why they do things because it's pure intuition. It's pure intuition. And I will say, for me, I don't think that intuition is just like something that I was born with. I think it's something that just grew out of my experience. It became part of the way I see the world as I learn things, and I just integrate it into my color sense, my texture sense, and I also think about what can I do that will make this bat useful in more ways, kind of like, because any bat that I make, or any bat really that almost anybody makes, you could make roll eggs out of it. You could make puni style roll eggs out of it. You know, you can tear it up and spin it from the fold. You can do all different things with all kinds of bats. I do have a video of like multiple ways to come at a bat. I really think it's probably time for me to make a striping bat and then talk about the different ways that you can use that to change the colors and things. And then I also think about what I don't like. They're not blended together at all, so they kind of fall apart. And then also there is sparkly stuff added that is literally just falling out because it wasn't sandwiched in like it should be if you want it to stay. So you roll the bat up and it's literally just falling all over wherever you store it. I also don't like the things to be chunky in a bat, so that while you're trying to draft, you're getting these big chunks. You can create those big chunky textures the way you draft, but I don't want that to be your only option. I don't like that. The only thing that tells you how you like them to be is experience. The only thing that tells you what you like to spin, why you don't like certain things, is trying them out. So I have learned over the 15 years that I've been spinning. I've had a drum carder for probably 14 years. I don't exactly know. I've learned during those years what I like, what I don't like, when I want texture, if I want texture everywhere, all those different things, the textures that I like the most, all those different things I've learned from experience. And unfortunately, if I was one of those conscious artists that digs into technical stuff all the time, I could probably explain some things better, but that isn't the kind of artist I am. I do try my best, and I think that because there are a lot of other intuitive artists out there in the world who are trying to learn to spin or weave or whatever, often what I say about these things like really rings a bell. What I am able to articulate really rings a bell for them, and they're like, Trish speaks my language. That's because that's probably how you are too. I apologize that I'm not technical that way. I know it drives some people crazy. Sometimes they're actually mean about it. Sorry, that's how my brain works. I don't know how to tell you. And that's why you will, as far as I'm concerned, you'll never see me write a book. You'll never see me probably write for a magazine, because my brain doesn't work that way. And also, especially with magazines, I don't want to work for someone else. I have really hard-earned thousands of hours of experience that I worked for myself. And if I do things this way, I am working for me. Same with color sense. There's things that people can ask me. I can't explain why I see the colors together in my head and why they come out the way they do. I can't explain my color sense to you because it just exists. Of course, everyone gets surprised once in a while, and I mean everyone gets surprised once in a while trying a technique. We're gonna make some bats. So this is just some of the stuff I'm gonna use. Sorry, there's light coming in from the window. This tub has all small amounts in it, and I keep it specially for when I'm gonna make bats. And then there is a bunch of stuff on this wall that I will use to make bats. And then also, let me just show you the cart and everything. This is my drum carter. I don't know, I call it a cart, but it really isn't. It is a dresser, a small dresser. I've heard people call this a bureau as well. I don't know. And I found this. My mom bought a rental house years ago, many years ago. And I found it in the attic of the house, and she was like, well, if you want it, take it. So I took it, and it used to be in the dining room in my old house. It was full of like candles, linens, all those things you need in your dining room. And then when John and I got married, we just took it with us wherever we went and found different uses for it. And here he put big casters. You cannot see them because they're underneath, but he put big casters under. So I think he went to Amazon and he bought really big casters to put underneath so I could move it. It's really handy for that. It used to go in a closet that is in our like living room, and you would never have even known it was there. It was just so handy to be able to move them away. So in here I have some of my other spinning tools, and these are the heddles for my rigid heddle loom. There are some knitting machine tools in there. I used to recondition knitting machines. But in this drawer, there's all add-ins for spinning. There's a bunch of different silks and plant fibers, mohair, and sparkle in little tubs. And in this bottom drawer, I have a bunch more add-ins that I can dye. So there is like silk, faux cashmere, that's what this is. This does not need to be dyed. There's tons of silks, tons of sparkles. This is bamboo. Today we're going to use my classic carder. I can fit 4 ounces on this. It is a manual carder. I really, really like it a lot. And it is I think it was 90 TPI. Ready? I don't know what color I'm going to start with, but I know I want to make a red one today. So I guess maybe we'll start with that, huh?
I brought you into a room with better light. I will do my best to color adjust because like on my screen right now, it's looking a lot lighter than it actually is. This bat is super dramatic. This is the black and red one, the first one. It is just very, very, I mean, I don't know what else to call it except dramatic. What's funny too is that there is no way I could pick a favorite. Every single time I'm opening one of these up, I'm like, this is my favorite, which isn't what favorite means. But anyway, here is the copper, green, and blue, brown, gold. It is also very, very pretty. I am a little tempted to keep this one, but I still have roll eggs. This is the underside of it that are very similar, so I'm not going to keep it because I haven't even spun the roll eggs yet. This is the green and white one. I already know what I'm going to name it. It is really pretty. I don't consider myself a green person. Like I've said it many times, I don't really think green flatters me. I don't spin it that often. But this I'm very drawn to, and I think it's really pretty. The white bamboo is gonna come through really very nicely, and there's just every color of green you can think of, and there's texture in all of these. It is gonna be cool. And here is the super wild, colorful, fantastical dream one that reminds me of spring flowers. This is like the underside, the beginning side of what we started with. And then as you saw, there again is going to be texture, sparkle, a little bit of sparkle. There's not a lot in this one. There was, this yellow came with sparkle in it. So, you know, you're going to get sparkle from that. And just all these colors. It's going to be gorgeous. This one reminds me of like Fantasia, the movie. It's just so colorful. I'm all done. I've cleaned off my table. Not exaggerating, I could do this all day. If you have a favorite or if you have suggestions for names, please put them in the description box. The name suggestions always help me so much. I am planning on getting these listed in the shop today. They often go really fast. I am not trying to create FOMO, but I'm saying most of you know that I'm not exaggerating. We're gonna have a wild weekend, doing a little day trip on Friday, and then on Saturday, John is gonna help one of our kids with shingles on his roof because they're gonna sell their house. And so I assume on Sunday he'll be sore, but we'll see how it goes. But I will be here Sunday for the live. I appreciate you so much. You don't even know. I don't have the words. I can just say I appreciate you over and over. I hope you're taking care of yourself. I hope you're loving yourself because you really deserve it. And I will see you soon. I hope you have a great week. Thanks. I love you. Bye.